Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for tuning in to Cullman Today. I'm your host, Dustin Isom, and today is Thursday, June the 20th. We have a lot to look at in local news today, including information on Viamont's new appointed council member, Cullman City Sewer System's upcoming maintenance, and the passing of Baseball Hall of Famer Willie Mays. All of this plus sports, weather, and more, but for now, let's dive into the top stories happening in Cullman today. A Hanceville man is deceased following an alleged domestic incident late Tuesday night. Joseph Heath Chandler Jernigan, 37 of Hanceville, was confirmed deceased by Cullman County Coroner Jeremy Kilpatrick following an alleged domestic violence incident at his residence. Kilpatrick stated he had a single gunshot wound to the abdomen. He was transported to an area hospital where he died from his injuries related to his shooting. According to officials at the scene, the unnamed female allegedly admitted to shooting Jernigan after the incident. Hanceville Police Department is investigating. Currently, no charges have been pressed against the unnamed female. More information will be made available as it's released. This is an active investigation. Next up, at its regularly scheduled meeting, the Cullman County Commission discussed tax refunds and financial benefits concerning a large sporting goods retail store soon to come to Cullman. The Commission approved a sales tax rebate for a nationally known big box sporting goods retail store to be located at the corner of King Edward Street Southwest and CSX Railways. The approximately 55,000 square foot franchise will bring an estimated 70 to 80 employment opportunities to Cullman County. Cullman County Economic Development Director Matt Kinsland proposed the Commission grant a sales tax rebate to the store that caps at $833,000 or 10 years. Kinsland told the Commission, if the sales generated do not meet the $833 within the 10 years requested, this would be terminated. Likewise, if the $833,000 isn't met before the 10 years, then this agreement terminates also. And lastly, beginning this week, the city's contractor, Pipeworks Plus Incorporated, and their subcontractors will be cleaning and providing video inspection of the sanitary sewer collection system throughout the southwest side of Cullman in preparation for sewer rehabilitation. This work should not disrupt sewer service. However, it will involve access to utility easements crossing private property. The contractor's representatives will attempt to notify property owners prior to easement access. Now that we have the top stories out of the way, we're going to take a quick break before returning with sports.
Discover what's buzzing in Cullman with Community Matters, where every story pops off the page with local flair. It's the magazine that's got the inside track on what's now, what's new, and who's who. Get the lowdown on top eats and 411 on recipes that'll turn up your summer cooking game. Relive our local team's triumphs on the sports fields and pencil in summer's hottest events for fun the whole family will love. Get your copy of Community Matters at the Cullman Tribune, any of the local businesses on screen, or scan the QR code.
Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to find out what's going on in the world of sports. In today's sports segment, we have some sad news from the baseball world. Willie Mays, the famous Say Hey kid, whose combination of talent and drive made him one of baseball's greatest and most beloved players, has died at 93 years old. Mays' family and the San Francisco Giants jointly announced Tuesday night he had died earlier in the afternoon in the Bay Area. The center fielder, who began his professional career in the Negro Leagues in 1948, had been baseball's oldest living Hall of Famer. He was voted into the Hall in 1979 in his first year of eligibility. The Giants retired his uniform number, 24, and set their AT&T Park in San Francisco on Willie Mays Plaza. Between 1954 and 1966, Mays drove in 100 or more runs 10 times, hit 40 or more home runs 6 times, and led the league in stolen bases 4 times. His numbers might have been bigger, but he missed most of 1952 and all of 1953 because of military service. He likely would have won more Gold Gloves if the award had been established before 1956, and he insisted he would have led the league in steals more often had he tried. Mays was born in Westfield, Alabama in 1931, and by high school he was playing for the Birmingham Black Barons. Late in life, he would receive an additional 10 hits to his career total when Negro League statistics were recognized in 2024 by Major League Baseball. The Giants signed him after he graduated from high school and sent him to their minor league affiliate in Trenton, New Jersey. Over 23 major league seasons, virtually all with the Giants, but also including one in the Negro Leagues, Mays batted .301, hit 660 home runs, totaled 3,293 hits, scored more than 2,000 runs, and won 12 Gold Gloves. He was Rookie of the Year in 1951, twice was named the most valuable player, and finished in the top 10 for the MVP 10 other times. His sprinting, over-the-shoulder grab of an extra base hit in the 1954 World Series remains the most celebrated defensive play in baseball history. That covers sports for today, but make sure to check with the Cullman Tribune each day for the latest in sports coverage from across the area. We'll be back after this message. Hello and welcome back to Cullman Today. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. After losing the nomination for Place 3 earlier this month to Ross Campbell, resident Grady Malone was appointed to Vaughnmont Town Council Place 5 at a special called council meeting on Tuesday, June 18th. The council held the meeting to hear nominations for the open seat. Councilman Chris Thompson opened the nominations with the name of his past nominee for Place 3, Malone, a retired U.S. Army sergeant who currently works in building inspection. Malone said he has plans to bring his past military experience to the open seat, building and strengthening teamwork and streamlining cooperation within the town's municipal lines. Malone will be sworn in at the next regularly scheduled meeting of the council on July 8th. The work session will begin at 5 p.m. and the meeting will follow at 6. The Pride of Hanceville was seeking donations toward a new set of uniforms. The band's current uniforms are almost 10 years old and falling apart after years of use. The school also says they currently do not have enough uniforms to fit the estimated size of the growing program next year. Band director Jesse James says, "If you are willing to help, we would greatly appreciate it. These kids work so hard supporting their school and community, and we want to make sure we continue the pride that this program instills." For questions or more information, email Jesse James at jjames@ccboe.org. Kick off the longest day of the year with Young Professionals of Cullman. Join Young Professionals of Cullman at Karma's Coffee House Friday, June 21st from 7:30 until 9:30 a.m. for an energizing morning at Coffee and Connections. This is your chance to meet like-minded individuals, share ideas, and make connections over a cup of coffee. Bring your business cards and your enthusiasm for a morning of coffee, connections, and community. Tell the barista you're with the Young Professionals of Cullman for a free coffee. Want to go fast? Well, actually more of a medium pace? Then Ricky, aka Ricky Bobby, is the perfect fit for you. Ricky is an approximately 3 to 4 year old shepherd mix with medium energy. This unassuming fellow is always patient in his kennel, but truly cherishes the time you give him. Ricky is a big fan of backpacks, and he's a quick learner who is sensitive to your voice, as well as hand signals. He loves cooling off in the kiddie pool and is the perfect example of a companion, hiking, or therapy dog. Are you ready to meet Ricky? Head on over to the Cullman County Animal Shelter at 935 Convent Road Northeast, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. for a meet and greet. His adoption fee of $130 includes neuter, DHLPP vaccine, Bordetella vaccines, rabies vaccines, wormer, general exam at the vet, and microchip. Contact the Cullman County Animal Shelter at 256-734-5448 or email cullmananimalshelter@co.cullman.al.us. Now, for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I will be right back after this quick message. Welcome back. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Wilton G. McNeil. Wilton G. McNeil, age 79 of Baileyton, passed away on Sunday, June 16th. There are no services planned at this time. Simeon Sim Jonathan Calvert. Simeon Sim Jonathan Calvert, age 96 of Cullman, passed away Monday, June 17th. Funeral services for Mr. Calvert will be held on Thursday, June 20th at 11 a.m. in the First Baptist Church of Cullman, with interment in the Cullman City Cemetery. Emmett Mack Wallace. Emmett Mack Wallace passed away on June 13th. Mr. Wallace was a proud veteran of the U.S. Army. Please join the family for a celebration of life at the Cullman VFW Hall on Sunday, June 30th from 2 until 5 p.m. Dress casually. He wouldn't want everyone to get dressed up. Norman Spencer Hale. Norman Spencer Hale, age 94 of Vinemont, passed away on Tuesday, June 18th at Hanceville Nursing Home and Rehab. Funeral services for Mr. Hale will be at 11 a.m. on Saturday, June 22nd at Flint Creek Baptist Church, with burial at Flint Creek. Visitation will be from 9 until 11 a.m. on Saturday, June 22nd at Flint Creek Baptist Church. Cullman Heritage Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Joan Smith. Joan Smith, age 75 of Cullman, passed away on Wednesday, June 19th. Funeral service for Miss Smith will be at 3 p.m. on Sunday, June 23rd at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home, with burial at Mount Carmel Cemetery in Berlin. Visitation will be from 1 until 3 p.m. on Sunday, June 23rd at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. That finishes up obituaries for today. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now, let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today will be sunny with a high near 91. There will be an east wind around 5 miles per hour with gusts as high as 15 miles per hour. Tonight will be mostly clear with a low around 68. On Friday, it will be mostly sunny with a high near 92. Friday night will be partly cloudy with a low of around 69. That concludes another edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for joining us. We will be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. For now, I'm Dustin Isom with Cullman Today, wishing you a fantastic Thursday, Cullman.